La Lupe, the Queen of Latin Soul. La Lupe, born Lupe Victoria. Yoli Raymond on December 23, 1936, in Santiago de Cuba, Cuba, was a legendary singer whose dynamic stage presence, passionate performances, and soulful voice made her one of the most iconic figures in Latin music history. Known as La Reina del Latin Soul, the Queen of Latin Soul, La Lupe's influence extended beyond her music, leaving an indelible mark on Latin American culture. Early life and beginnings, La Lupe grew up in a modest family, where music was a central part of her upbringing. Her father, a schoolteacher, encouraged discipline and education, but Lupe's passion for singing was undeniable. She pursued her education at the Universidad de Oriente, initially aspiring to become a teacher. However, her love for music ultimately took precedence. In the mid-1950s, La Lupe began her professional career by participating in amateur singing contests. Her exceptional vocal talent and unique style quickly garnered attention. By the late 1950s, she was performing with small bands in Santiago de Cuba before moving to Havana, where she would gain national recognition. Rise to fame in Cuba. La Lupe's big break came when she joined Trio Tropicuba, a musical group that allowed her to showcase her powerful voice. However, she truly made her mark as a solo artist in Havana's nightclub scene, particularly at La Red, one of the city's most famous cabarets. Her performances were unlike anything audiences had seen before, raw, emotional, and uninhibited. Her 1960 album, Con el Diablo en el Cuerpo, became a sensation in Cuba. It featured a mix of boleros, guarachas, and Afro-Cuban rhythms that showcased her versatility and charisma. However, her provocative style, which included tearing her clothes, throwing shoes, and displaying raw emotion on stage, divided audiences and attracted criticism from conservative circles. Exile and career in the United States. Following Fidel Castro's rise to power in 1959, La Lupe left Cuba in 1962 due to political and personal challenges. She first moved to Mexico and then settled in New York City, which would become the base for her international stardom. In New York, she was discovered by the legendary bandleader Mongo Santamaria, who introduced her to the burgeoning Latin jazz and salsa scene. Her collaboration with Santamaria resulted in several successful recordings, including the hit Watermelon Man, which gained her widespread acclaim. In the mid-1960s, she joined Tico Records, where she partnered with Tito Puente, another giant of Latin music. Their chemistry produced a string of hit albums including Tito Puente Swings, The Exciting Lupe Sings, 1965, and La Lupe y su Alma Venezolana, 1966. La Lupe's unique blend of Afro-Cuban rhythms, soul, bolero, and salsa, combined with her electrifying stage presence, made her a favorite among Latin and mainstream audiences alike. Her ability to connect deeply with her listeners, often performing as if in a trance, was unmatched. Personal life and challenges. Despite her professional success, La Lupe's life was marked by personal struggles. Her fiery personality and unconventional style often alienated industry professionals. By the 1970s, the rise of Fania Records and the salsa movement led to her being overshadowed by younger artists like Celia Cruz. Financial difficulties and health problems further plagued her later years. After leaving the music industry, she became deeply religious, dedicating herself to the Pentecostal faith. She lived in relative obscurity, often struggling to make ends meet. Legacy La Lupe passed away on February 29, 1992 in the Bronx, New York at the age of 55. Though her later years were challenging, her influence on Latin music remains profound. She is celebrated for her boldness, emotional authenticity, and groundbreaking contributions to Latin soul and salsa. Artists and fans alike regard her as a trailblazer who broke barriers with her unique style and unforgettable performances. In 2002, the documentary La Lupe, Queen of Latin Soul brought renewed attention to her life and career, cementing her place as one of Latin music's most enduring icons. Notable songs and albums: Que te pedí, Puro Teatro, Fever, La Tirana, Tito Puente Swings, The Exciting Lupe Sings, Con el Diablo en el Cuerpo, honors and posthumous recognition. La Lupe's work has inspired countless artists and continues to resonate with audiences. She is frequently cited as an influence in Latin music, and her recordings remain staples of the genre. Her life story serves as a testament to the enduring power of passion, resilience, and artistry.